All right. It is game day. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Panthers-Texans, Colorado Pro Buffs game day. That's officially what it is. And the game we are focused on, Panthers-Texans. Why? We checking out Jimmy Horn Jr. So he balled out a little bit last week, but we're hoping he get a little bit more time today, a little bit more screen time. We'll be checking in on Will Shepherd. Let me know if anybody's watching that game. The Packers and the Colts are playing at the same time. So anybody watching Packers Colts, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Hey Bumpy, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. How you doing? How you doing? I got this Dallas game on. Let's see what he can do. Okay. All right. So you watching Joe Milton. Let us know. So you keep us posted. Contextual. Hey John, how you doing? What game you watching? What game you watching? Let us know who watching the Packers. DTR will be facing. Hold on one second. DTR will be facing Dylan. Okay, all right. Now that's interesting. Because why? Right? DTR was just in Cleveland last year and they traded him for Kenny Pickett. Keep us posted. Keep us posted. Crowley, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Cleveland, all right. John said he watching Cleveland. Sharon, drop the game you watching in the chat. We're Texans, Panthers. We got some Dallas, Cleveland. Let me know if anybody watching the Packers. If not, we're going to have to go back and forth. Back and forth. And I think the Bucks play tonight. I shared the schedule. Let me put the schedule back on the screen just in case somebody needs to know it. So just come on in. What she said, Sports Lounge, that's what we're calling it. What she said, Sports Lounge, that's what we're calling it. All right, let's see. Is this the one? Week 2? No, that's week 1. We need week 2. All right, so the interesting thing about the Texans and the Panthers, they both are looking for progress from their offensive lines that they have recently assembled. Both teams have new offensive lines. CJ Stroud sacked excessively in his sophomore performance, and Bryce Young. Same thing. Year 1 and 2, really. Actually, they came out together. I think they came out at the same time. But both of them got sacked excessively. Bryce Young was in the 60s. I feel like CJ Stroud was in the 50s. So both young, stellar quarterbacks have new O-lines. So we'll be checking them out. I want to see how, of course, Jimmy Horn Jr. is the focus. But Nick Chubb was traded away from Cleveland to the Texans. So let's see how he does for the Texans. I don't know if they know anybody else outside of CJ Stroud and Nick Chubb for the Texans, but we're going to find out. Let us know if you have any players you following in the 1 o'clock time slot for any of the games. All right. Right. All right, so we have week 2. Let's put that on the screen. Kind of get a picture. Let's see what we put on the screen. The games we were watching is just what's on the calendar over here. Panthers, Texans, and Packers and Colts. So we didn't miss anybody. I don't think we put the Cowboys on here because we don't know anybody that play for Cowboys. But keep us posted on how it goes with Joe Milton. I'm sure he's playing today. Put some music on, get the little vibe going. On the beach. Okay. Panthers have the ball. All right. First and 10. I'm over here in the bottom part of the screen. It's because I have the schedule up there for people who want to see what's going on. And the 1 o'clock time slot with the Buffs. This is a pro Buff schedule. As you can see, Travis and Shador left the calendar on the preseason because they're both sidelined today. Bryce Young on the move. All right. Interception. Oh, my. Bryce Young threw an interception. Oh, wow. Right off the rip. Ooh. Oh, wow. Totally unexpected. Totally unexpected. In the preseason. Oh, well. I thought we might get to see Jimmy Horn Jr. early, but holding on defense. Automatic first down. So if it's holding by the defense, that means it should still be Panthers ball. Isn't it like that in college? All right, it's still offense. So Bryce Young got a pass because they called holding on defense. All right, so normally, just so people will know, today's setup, we're just watching games and just talking about the games, having discussion. It's not truly like a narrative like normally with a standard or a daily podcast. We're driving, music on, using the chat a lot, talking about the game we're focused on, and we're checking in on other games. So for people who are new to what she said, Sports Lounge, we just don't want you to feel like, why is it different? We're just vibing today, talking about the game. It's like we're in the same room, but not. We're all in the comfort of our individual spaces, coming together to have discussion about the game, rooting for the players that we love. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Texas secondary is nasty. Yes, 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 yes. Dylan got sacked already. Good Lord. Sharon said Bucks and Steelers. Bucks and Steelers game. Okay. All right. That's tonight, right? That's tonight. Okay. We'll be back for that one. We definitely support Shallow. All right, Bryce. Uh-oh. Ball tipped off. A ball tipped off. Yeah, the Texas secondary is going to be something else this year. Dylan Gabriel got sacked on the first pass attempt. He looked scared. I know he's scared. You know what? They must have told him. They must have told Dylan that he wasn't going to have to do nothing. I think they lied. I think Kevin Stefanski and Dan Lanning set Dylan Gabriel up unknowingly by telling him he wasn't going to have to do anything. Hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead on and draft you. It's a win-win for Oregon. You come on over here, our third string. You won't have to really do much. When you play, we'll just go ahead and, let you run the ball with the running backs. We're doing a 2 running back set. We're not going to get wide receivers and O-linemen, so you should be good. That explains why they look like they did the night of the draft. Like, uh-oh, that's sad. That's sad. Instead, look at this baby praying for Shador in the link. I saw it last night. The little boy, I saw it. Dylan playing with the first string receivers in line. Oh, Philly's first string? Okay. I saw on X, they put a listing of all of the players. Let me see if I can get it. That weren't playing. I was like, well, if you kind of look at who's not playing, it's kind of the people that they're certain of. Flacco, Pickett, Shador, hell, Myles Garrett, and just about everybody else was on there. The people that seem to be playing in this game are the people they're not certain about. So, but we'll see. It's amazing how Dylan had the same of the starters out there, but Shador had no starters to help him. So wait a minute. Are y'all saying Cleveland has some of their starters out there? When you say first string, what did you say? Dylan playing with first string receivers. Oh, and O-line. Oh, that's wild. I'm sorry. I did not comprehend what you were saying. Oh, wow. So Dylan playing with first stringers. Wow. Yeah, they trying to set him up to win, and he already got stacked. It said, good afternoon. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Good afternoon, fam. You're driving. Just tuning in. All right. We'll keep you updated. Dylan looked incompetent with starters out there. I mean, if that's what they want to do. I'm sure they'll have a justification for it, but it's okay. Yeah, that's why I wasn't watching that game, because I knew it wasn't going to be a fair fight. I didn't think they would put the starters out there. I thought they were going to have Philly back down, but Philly said they were playing with their starters because they wanted to make sure everybody's ready for the season. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. We're on commercial break over here. Let me see if I can find that list that they said they were playing with. There's a lot of people that weren't playing, but of course, I don't know who their starters are. So, CJ Stroud, career 2 seasons, completion rate 63%. Not bad for somebody that was sacked so much. I'm checking to see for that list of who was on there, who was supposedly not playing today. All right. Complete pass, CJ Stroud. There's receivers. This is the long list of players that they said. I'm going to see if I can share it. All they're going to do is say, oh, missed it. All they're going to do is say, well, you know, he's third string. He gets to play with the, that's why I'm not really focused on them today. Because to be honest with you, you know what they own. They want to make Shador's road harder and try to justify that he's a development project. Why is he competing? That's why they're not on my watch list today. I'm sure people will call it out too. All right. Look like Carolina just got the ball back again, looking to see Jimmy Horn Jr. hit the field. That's what I'm looking for. This is the list of players that they posted earlier that weren't playing today. That's what I put on the screen. It said not expected to play, starting with the cornerback Greg Newsome, the second wide receiver DeAndre Carter, Jerry Jeudy, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, Grant Dolphin, and Shador Sanders, Flacco, David Bell, Denzel Ward. Let's see what linemen they sent out there. Boitano didn't play today, it says. And Njoku didn't play. Myles Garrett not playing. Mason Graham not playing. Harold Fannin Jr. is not playing. And Njoku not playing. So I don't know who out there. Mike Hall. Yeah, I don't know. What starters there are because I'm reading all the starters right here. Denzel Ward not playing. Dylan Sampson not playing. Um, Rayshawn Jenkins. Rayshawn what? Rayshawn Rayshawn somebody. Jerome Ford not playing. Y'all sure it's starters out there? Carson Schwarzenegger not playing. Mike Hall Jr. not playing. Yeah, I don't know. Dewan must be out there, but they just got him. So yeah. So yeah. Most of the starters don't seem to be playing, so I don't know who's out there. It says giving him max protection. Not a surprise. So let's see. It says Q-Dog says they're giving him max protection. It said the little man looks like a toddler playing with men. They just called a timeout for Dylan. I'm getting flashbacks from corporate America. They ignore my production while undercutting me of the tools I need to produce. Meanwhile, they don't hold my colleagues to the same level of production. Facts. It said it's the tools that are playing out there. It's the tools that are playing out there. Philly's tools. Okay. It said praying for Shador. Yep. And he's not playing today. Just in case anybody's wondering, Shador's not playing today. It said Gabriel is not being rushed like Sanders was. It looks rigged. It could be. One thing about it, here's the thing. I felt like with the WNBA, there were teams kind of giving Caitlin a pass in year one. And it's crazy. She has been out most of year two, even when it came to the All-Star game. You can only get away with rigging a game for a particular player for so long. And every team is not going to do it. So I wouldn't even worry about it. If Shador don't play for Cleveland, it's probably for his benefit because Stefanski is on something. Something. I mean, to me, he just being straight up obvious with it. BJ says, so can you explain to me the first rounder, Gossman, has not played for 2 weeks, yet how many million they paid him? Who is Gossman? Are you talking about Graham? Mason Graham? Let me know. Dylan Gabriel is playing with the first string. Right. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it because it's not going to be a fair fight. They seem, like I said, hell-bent in Cleveland on holding Shador back. And if he don't play, it's for his safety because, again, Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired. So, he can't be trusted with Shador's career, safety, or his security. So, to be honest with you, if he don't play, then that's God's will for him. And it is what it is. In the meantime, trying to get Stefanski up out of there and holding him accountable is a priority. Shador get first team reps. Shador playing for Cleveland is not even the focus no more because the way Kevin Stefanski is treating Shador is despicable. Totally despicable. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Bryce Young not getting nowhere today. The Texans are not playing. The Texans defense and the secondary, the total defense is like shutting Bryce Young down. This is not a good look for him. He was able to get out of the pocket. It held up, but he couldn't find anybody. So that's not a good look. Bryce Young is not doing well in these preseason games. He just can't get it. I don't know. And they had to turn the ball over that fast. Lord, the Texans gonna have the ball, the game, most of the game. Texas trying to run one back, and they about to get it out of bounds at the 30. Out of bounds at the 30. Contextual said they said Caitlin's game was like Larry Bird's. That's just an insult. Bird had real game. Yeah, they were trying to put her on a Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird level. Elite. Like after years of these guys, coming in and playing ball and balling out at a high level. They wanted to paint the picture that she would play at a high level consistently and become one of the greatest. In fact, I think she'll become a coach. That's really what I think. She's not even the best person on her team. And they do help the players that they want to position in front of the camera. That's just how it goes. And it's sad, but it's true. Stefanski is on his case wag. I totally agree. Oh, okay. BJ Riggs, Graham. Yeah. He's not playing either. He didn't play last week either, right? Or did he get out there last week? Dylan was asked to make short throws out the pocket and hand off the ball. Right, because that's all he could do. That's why they brought him in. They didn't bring him in for what Shedeur can do. They know Shedeur is better than Dylan. I hope they auditioning him to go somewhere else because, yeah. Again, y'all see Guy opening doors for Shedeur, putting people on his path to be okay. If Shedeur gets benched and has to just sit in Cleveland, it's for his own safety. Believe me. All of his plays are check downs, right? Then they're going to put Tyler Huntley out there. So basically, he just going to go through the game with check downs until they get to the end. People can see through it. People can see through it. They'll see, like, if he doesn't have a 4-1 like Shedeur did in the first quarter against the ones from Philly, then that's the obvious difference in play calling. It's God's plan. There it is. There it is. Shedeur had to read progressions and make plays, right? In any job, when you have, them to be held to the same standard, right? Regardless of occupation. I don't care if you're a surgeon. I don't care if you're a sanitation worker. To be honest with you, it's the same across the board. Our road is made harder. We got to be 2 times better than just to get halfway. Dylan Gabriel had a great first drive. I cannot deny it. I mean, if all he had is check downs, then okay. Nope, they are never held to the same standard, right? Yes, real safe wins games too. Yep, and that's fine. Whatever. I am Team Shedeur without a doubt. Watching Green Bay. Let me know how Will Shepherd does, Echo. Again, I don't know if we're going to see much of Jimmy Horn Jr. because the Texans are dominating with the ball, the time of possession. Swessinger played last week. Okay, all right. Yeah, exactly. And I hope he sits the entire season. I mean, honestly, if that's what it's going to come to, then that's what it's going to be. Because you can see that Stefanski is being bold with it. Cleveland can't think people can see what they're doing right, and nor do they care. The Cleveland offense had a good drive. Dylan wasn't asked to do much. Not a surprise. We are the cape wearers. Right. We're the cape wearers. Shedeur just got to focus. And remember, he's going into spirituality. There's a reason for that. Because this task is not going to go the way you think. And you might have to sit for a season. Not because you're not good, but because you're in danger. So it's just best that you just sit, because if everybody's standing against you, you just sit right here until God makes the crooked places straight. That's just how it's going to go. And it just exposes the league. It exposes Cleveland, and it exposes the racism. That's just what it does. And that's really what it's about, right? If you look at the bigger picture, that's what's happening. What did we say? The longer Shedeur is in Cleveland, the truth is going to come out. So if they think they being Billy Bad Butts by making him sit, what you think going to happen all season? And don't forget, there's 2 lawsuits out there. One is have the green light to go to trial. And both of them speak to the racism that quarterbacks have faced. And it speaks to what happened to Shedeur in the draft and in Cleveland. So Nick Chubb is getting his run on, y'all. Number 21. He's wearing 21 for the Texans. All right. The Texans first and goal. They're in the red zone. Let's see if they run it with Chubb. Chubb almost. Okay. He got him to the 5 or the 4. I think Chubb finna get him one, y'all. That's going to be good for him, especially he wasn't happy having to leave Cleveland. He only played 8 games with the Browns last year. Oh, let me take this off the screen. So on Nightcap, they were talking about Dylan Gabriel. We need you to get out there and see what you could do. Have y'all seen anything yet? Or is it just all basic? Like they just trying to get him through the day? CJ Stroud. Come on, CJ. What was that? Oh, I think these quarterbacks that have been sacked excessively got PTSD because they not knowing what to do. That's just weird. Come on, CJ. It's like he didn't know whether to run, throw. I guess maybe it was nobody open. I mean, he just really don't know where to go backwards, forward. It's like there was no play call. He just out there trying to figure it out. Come on, CJ. Don't let these people break you down with these excessive sacks. And that's something else y'all got to think about. That's probably what was going to happen to Shedeur if he played for them. CJ Stroud, ball tipped. Oh, no. 4th and goal. Come on. Y'all right there. 4th and goal. Come on. They struggling. See, Bryce Young and CJ Stroud are struggling. Why? Because they both were sacked excessively last year. This is their first opportunity to get out here and try to get it right. I think Caleb Williams is already expected to be PTSD or stressed about it because of the post he put out, basically showing that it's not just him. And it's not just him, but they gonna act like it's just him. See, that's what they have done to these guys like CJ and Bryce Young and Caleb Williams and Justin Fields. None of them can get their footing back because they all were sacked excessively at this level. And that was intentional. And then both teams go get new O-lines as if the O-lines couldn't be coached to protect the quarterback. So basically all of the players that you allowed to sack the quarterback, you got rid of them. But that's what you wanted though. Just like Shedeur on that 4th and 1 play, right? Same thing. I have my $100 ready for that $400 fee. There we go, because that's what's going to happen. Touchdown. I told y'all that when I was reading the lawsuit filed by Flores, the filing fee was only $400. I was like, oh, okay, we could get $400. We could raise $400 and put together a class action lawsuit. And we'll talk about it later. $400. Keep that in mind. Hell, we probably could raise $2,500 and put a lawyer on retainer. We probably could raise $5,000, put a lawyer on retainer for $4,500. File it, consult on, if we missing anything. Yeah, we need to talk about that. Seriously. If you're interested, hit me up on the email. whatshesaid404@gmail.com. It's in the bio. I mean, honestly, it's probably going to happen anyway. Whether you email me or not, it's probably going to happen. Because I see what's going on with Stefanski. Oh, I already see what's going on with him. He owns something else. Yeah. And that has to be dealt with. We can't let that go. Because, it's not going to stop. Texas versus Carolina is a good game. Yes, it is. Dylan Gabriel had a few great throws. We're not talking about Dylan today. I'm really not. I don't give a damn what he do, to be honest. Because it's not like they're going to treat Shedeur any better, right? They're not mistreating Shedeur because Dylan is there. They're mistreating Shedeur because that was the plan from the jump. So if Dylan is traded off, they'll put Huntley in front of Shedeur. And if Huntley is traded off, they'll go get Deshaun off of injured reserve and put him in front of Shedeur. What's happening with Shedeur? We're way past Shedeur getting first team reps. We're way past should he be QB1, QB2. We're way past that. After seeing what's going on with Stefanski and the despicable way he's treating Shedeur, which in my opinion, he's using racist stereotypes, dog whistles, Oh, I'm way past Shador playing for Cleveland. I'm way past it. If he's benched, good. That gives us the opportunity to hold Kevin Stefanski accountable for the despicable way he's treated Shador. Absolutely. Because if he get out there and play under Stefanski, he too will be sacked excessively. He didn't see that first sack coming on 4th and 1. Now, why would you trust Stefanski after the way he's treated you? Knowing you went to Colorado and what happened, knowing Dylan went to Oregon and there's Dan Lanning. Why would you trust that? You see, you should have been looking for that. But he's looking for it now. Some people say Shador has played his last game for Cleveland. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. There's no downside for Shador here. Even sitting on the bench, as long as Stefanski is the head coach in year 1, until somebody trade for him. There's no downside. David Carr was sacked like that with the Texans from 03 to 06. It was hell watching the games. So was the O-line bad or was David Carr bad? There's a difference. All right. I'm just hoping to get a peek at Jimmy Horn Jr., but okay. Carolina has the ball, y'all. Score 7-0. Chubb did run it in. Somebody else scored it in the end zone. They're showing the replay of the touchdown. Let's see. CJ Stroud looking for somebody open in the end zone. Found his man number 12. Collins. CJ on the side looking like his little iPad like Shador does. I guess they all do that. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Can I send money through the email? I'm ready. No. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Just put it in a safe place and it's not going to be long. Leg work is already being done. Just hang tight. That $100 toward the fee will be my birthday gift to myself. I really believe in Shador. Yep, you and a lot of other people. The Texans were an expansion team. Carr was their number 1 pick. Okay. Hey, Queen T, welcome back. Hey, gang. And what she said, you're that girl with the info. Stay on there next. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. O-line was made a journeyman from the expansion draft. Oh, okay. Then, okay. And said, good, we don't care. I don't want to see him play for Cleveland, right? Hey, MSD, how you doing? All right, false start, 5-yard penalty. Carolina got to get it together. They didn't have a good week the first week. Bucky's supposed to be out there, right? I don't know if we're going to see him. Let's see. I have to check his page. Is he on TikTok? He might be on TikTok. Quick pass, number 84. Al-Shahar. Pass breakup. Carolina Panthers supposed to be a sleeper team, but they're not looking too hot. They're not looking too hot. Okay. So let me ask y'all a question. While I wait for Jimmy to hit the field because I haven't seen him yet. Well, you know what? I'll ask y'all later. Let's see. What's the score in the Packers game? Anybody watching the Packers? Let's see if I can just look up the scores. Andy Dalton is playing quarterback on this drive. It's 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Oh, other news about the Cleveland new stadium. They got denied some type of permit they needed from the airport. So they said that's going to be a setback because they're going to have to get a new design on the structure. I think they get in opposition from people about that, which is good. That's karma. Okay, ball up, didn't go nowhere. Andy Dalton, I don't think is a good solution. He don't look good. I see why the Panthers kind of crushing on Shador a little bit. Hell, they need some quarterbacks. They need some quarterbacks. They definitely need a backup, but Bryce Young struggling too. Bryce Young is struggling. I'm like, I see why y'all were crushing on Shador. Who had a pick six? Gabriel throws a pick six. Y'all had to know that was coming. Y'all had to know. That boy Wig to my, but he's doing so well. Yeah. Oh Lord, Echo. How you flip from Dylan Gabriel doing good to you just go call him trash? That was fast, Echo. Come on now. Look, guys, numbers don't lie, okay? Numbers don't lie. In fact, here are the overall numbers. Somebody, I guess ESPN Cleveland put them together. Here you go right here. I think this them. Let's see. Right here, it says Flacco was 91 of 151. Let's see. I'm doing the math right fast. I'm on a commercial break. 91 divided by 151. Flacco is 60% accuracy. Shador Sanders, just by looking, at 70%. Pickett, 42 of 56. I don't even want to count that. Because what? Pickett looked good based on the little time he did play. That's really surprising. 42 divided by 56. 75. So Flacco Pickett is 75% accuracy with the little bit he did do. And Gabriel, 87 out of 160. And I'm willing to believe out of 160 reps, he had more than 2 interceptions. I think they trying to make this look better than it is. They're gonna have to trade Dylan. Because he has no purpose. He's not even a good backup. 54% for Dylan. They're gonna trade him. You got to be better than that in the NFL. You got to be better than that in college. That means sometimes you're going to be good and sometimes you're not. He has no consistency. But see, they knew that already, right? They knew that already. And now what's going to happen? Now what's going to happen is he's going to start feeling the pressure. And it's going to get worse and worse. He's going to be looking like Andy Dalton out here. But Andy Dalton was in the league for years. I don't know if he was ever good. But the Panthers had the audacity to want to bench Bryce Young, who won the Heisman, behind Andy Dalton. And that's when all these other NFL teams and even LeBron James and everybody else was like, this is not on you, Bryce. And they were going to go in there and they were going to take Bryce Young if they had to from the Panthers. They benched him to humiliate him and didn't expect other teams to show up. That's how I know other teams should already be trying to get Shador. That's how I know they're still colluding. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not worried about even the collusion right now. It's the face. That is the problem. His despicable treatment of Shador. Oh, no, he can't get away with that. This is actually could be the fourth racial discrimination lawsuit. And it's so much documented on video that it's easy for anybody to just file it, right? It's not like you got to even do any hard work. It's all documented on video. And somebody hit me up in the comments and would say, you should just go ahead on and file a lawsuit because everything is out here. I'm like, right, they're being blatant with it. So it's not like you got to go hunt and pay a lawyer for 2,000 hours of work. No, I already did the work. It's already captured. And you just got to present it. Like, he being blatant with it. And he's getting bolder and bolder. So let Shador stay there. Because now, with Dylan looking like Dylan looks in practice, this is the best you could do, even with basic packages. You're not even a backup, bro. Huntley is better than Dylan. Now let Huntley get out here. And ball out. That means they're going to need to cut Dylan. And what team is going to want him, which means Stefanski, it has been killing this young man's draft stock, trade stock, or whatever. They never expected anything from him. I think he did Dan Lanning a favor. I think Dylan wasn't expected to do anything. And then when Shador pops up, it changes everything. And instead of Stefanski rolling with it, he's like, Dylan's my guy. I'm like, look, bro, I don't know what kind of power struggle you got going on with Barry, but you're not going to treat Shador like this. And since he want to be openly racist, because that's what he's being. That's all it is. You just listen to him talk. I'm like, oh, okay. You're going to catch a case. Just know you're going to catch a case. And there are people out there, I'm sure, that's talking about it. One of the things they were talking about on Unc and Ocho is, what is it that Dylan has proven behind the scenes that they're not letting people see that makes them believe Shador is not the guy and Dylan is? And you know what the answer is? Absolutely nothing. They just being discriminatory. They haven't seen anything from Dylan. Not one thing. But Shador has to prove himself. Okay. I said it the other day. I said the fourth racial discrimination case should be on the way. And that's fast. And I don't care about the rest of it. Stefanski got to get it, though. He got to go. And Haslam is starting to run into hiccups with his situation with the new facility that they don't even deserve. Not a surprise. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. I take the rig part back. The real Dylan Gabriel is showing up with pressure. Right. And you know who else? Jackson Dart. See, when you practice against your own squad, that's rigged. And even in practice, to make certain people look good, like they did with Jackson Dart. But when you get out here against these teams that want to win, see, Stefanski cut off his nose to spite his face because he didn't want to play Shador last week. I think he wanted to play Shador this week. So when Shador got to go out there and play, he left him out there for 3 quarters, took him out a little early, set him up on the 4th and 1. Shador got past that and balled out, right? He should have played Dylan last week, but he knew Dylan wasn't ready. So he threw Shador into the fire, and Shador soared like an eagle. Shador was walking like this, nothing. He even said it. He wasn't even nervous. He said that I wasn't even nervous. That's why they come out onto the field early to get comfortable around the crowd. He done played in an NFL stadium before. Look at how they tried to hurt him in Kansas. And now that you look back at that, hindsight is 2020 because that was an NFL stadium. So Stefanski gonna have a real tough time trying to hold Shador back. I'm telling you, people gonna go crazy after this because it's not like it's a real competition. That's problem number one. It's not even a real competition. It's fake. Shador not even getting a real opportunity. He's not even being developed or prepared, and he's being shunned publicly. He's being humiliated. He's being ignored. Everything. He's being discriminated against openly and publicly because Kevin Stefanski has the attitude of who gonna check me, boo. You gonna find out, boo. You gonna find out. Had to run a pick play to pickups to first down. Telling Gabriel just threw a pick six. Enough said. Yep. That pick six killed the bragging rights of the game. Right. And now he got to make it through the rest of the game and not fall apart. And we all know that fire sharpens steel. Yup. Yeah, Shador is that guy. They don't want Shador to be that guy. Let him keep showing you why. As long as they don't hurt Shador, that's all I care about. Yeah, Shador not safe around Stefanski. He has deep-seated hatred. So much so he willing to talk in stereotypes. It's still 7-0. I still haven't seen Jimmy. I still haven't seen Jimmy. That's because the Texans have been dominating with the ball. Shador was tapping his wrist all game. What you talking about? This game or the Panthers game? And it ticked his haters off. Yep. Did y'all see? I didn't share it on. I think I shared it last night when we talked. We did the late night podcast at 10:35. I shared a skit that one of a popular sports content creator made. About the NFL fans that hate on Shador Sanders and what their real problem is. If you haven't watched it, it's on my IG page. It's I think it's the second reel. I'm never gonna see Jimmy Horn Jr. because the Panthers not looking good, y'all. They just not looking good. Oh. Gabriel sacked again. Yeah, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. Let's see if Stefanski take him out and put Huntley in. See, he don't want to get Huntley no shine either. Shador walked in the game smiling. He sure did. I saw him walk in. He was walking in like, hey, like the first, like the no, not the first day of school, but like I don't know. Something to do with school, but when you happy, maybe going to lunch. I don't know. Like if you in high school, it's time you leaving biology, going out in the hall to lunch, and you going to hang out at the table with your friends. He was in a very, very good mood. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. I believe he has a discerning spirit because when you see God keep putting people like Tony and Jalen Hurts on his path and Myles Garrett and Njoku, you know, that means he knows what to take away from that. He knows, you know, that this is not happenstance, right? It says since the pick six, Gabriel is now 2 of 4 and sacked, right? Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to watch that. I said if I watched that game, I would have been like this. I would have been like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Hit the like button for me. There are 56 of us. And What She Said Sports Lounge. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're, you know, now y'all, you know, the regulars, supporters, the faithful supporters, no, hit the like button on the way in. If you forgot, just make sure you hit it on the way out. Periodically, just look down and make sure it's checked. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This gonna be the vibe all season long. I was thinking, what the hell is the phone number to HR for the Cleveland Browns? I'm like, I don't even think it would do any good because they see everything and doing nothing. That's why you got to go above their heads and pay grade. It's going to get ugly, yes, early on. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Become a member. Yes, yes, yes. It said the sad part is they could be a decent team. Management, the head coach, and politics is holding them back. Right. Echo said become a media is worth it. Thanks. Hey, Charlotte, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It looked like a punt return was happening, and they dropped the ball. So, again, the Texans look like they just received the ball. I'm still never going to see Jimmy Horn Jr. How can I subscribe? Hit the subscribe button. I think there's a subscribe button. You mean subscribe or join? Let me know which one you mean, because I think you're already a subscriber, right, Charlotte? Dylan Gabriel, the little engine who couldn't. Not perfectly said. I've never subbed before. You're not a subscriber? Oh, well, just hit the subscribe button. Go toward the bottom of the video, and it should be right there. Let's see. I don't know what it looks like because I'm in. Can somebody walk Charlotte through on how to subscribe, please? The best informative podcast ever. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome new subscribers. Excellent. It's next to the name of the channel. So look at the channel, the name of the channel, and he says next to it, join. Oh, okay. You trying to join. I think if you just, I don't know what to click on to join because normally it just pop up. Yeah, I don't know. It's not difficult. It's just, I can't see. Let's see. I'd have to go to another YouTube page. Let's see. Philadelphia scored. Who scored a touchdown in Philly? That's all I care about. Guess who scored a touchdown? Oh, no. Who scored this touchdown in Philly? Who scored a touchdown in Philadelphia? I have no idea. They scored 7 points, but I don't know who scored the touchdown. That's just weird. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is 2 of 3 in -4 yards. Okay. Well, at least he's 2 of 3. At least he's 2 of 3. He's their third string, just like Dylan. It said Philly scored a touchdown in the second quarter, but I don't know it won't say who scored the touchdown. Cassie, DTR, he doesn't have any touchdowns. The running back doesn't have any touchdowns. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I need to refresh. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't say who scored their touchdown. That's insane. The kicker scored it's not possible. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay. Andrew on defense. That's the pick 6 y'all were talking about. Okay. That's who scored the touchdown. Andrew for Philly. Dylan is 10 of 14, 1 interception. And the running back, Amani Marshall, scored a touchdown. So he's 10 of 14 right now with 1 interception. Somebody started a whole spaces called Dylan Gabriel Hate Watch. Wrist up. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Yeah. They doing to Dylan what they did to him in practice, trying to make him do something they know he's not ready for because they didn't draft him with those intentions. It said Philly scored on Dylan's pass, okay, and 2 sacks, okay. What's going on with this game? It's still 7-0. Panthers can't score. They must have a coaching problem. Let's see. Who's in the number 16 for the Panthers? Who is that? Number 87, tight end, caught the pass. I don't see Jimmy. I'm thinking he's not playing. Maybe this is their 3rd and 4th stringers. Charlotte. Let's see. If you want to join, I can send you a join link. Oh, let's see. All right. Jimmy Horn not even on the field. I don't think he's playing today. Maybe they felt like they saw enough. 63 of us, hit the like button, please. Charlotte, putting the link to become a member, and for anybody that's considering becoming a member, the link is in the chat. It says become a member today, and you can just copy and paste that link. Bad handoff, fumble, and turnover. The hate watch is on. That's crazy. Are the Browns playing against the Eagles' first string? I don't know, but all of those reps that Dylan had, how many was it? 160. Shador only had 100 reps. But see, that shows when you come into the league ready, you don't need as much. And it shows you Dylan wasn't ready when he came into the league at all. And they knew last week he wasn't ready. That's why they threw Shador into the fire. And today they were like, yesterday they were saying Shador will start if Dylan can't go. I'm like, why can't he go? Hell, he had 19, 24 reps in practice in 2 days. And Shador didn't have that. So why would Shador be okay to go? So I don't know who convinced them. Y'all better put Dylan out there. I will say this. Number 16. Who's that? Number 16, whoever number 16 is for Carolina, is a better quarterback than Andy Dalton. He knows how to get out of there. He still got sacked, though. Is his last name Plummer? Plummer. Is that Jake Plummer? Plummer? My goodness. Hey, Chris, it said they're giving him max protection plays, and they are playing against Philly's second team. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Simeon said Dylan is shook. The real Dylan has shown up. And see, that just tells you, right? That just tells you. This is what this guy is capable of, even with the basics, even with a second team, right? He came into the league like this with 160 reps. This the best he could do. This explains why Dylan was an undrafted free agent last year, because people knew exactly what he was. I think Stefanski was trying to do a favor for a friend, and they thought putting Dylan third string, he wouldn't have to do much. And if he did, they were just gonna get him to hand off the ball to the two running backs that they had. But that would be if Pickett and Flacco couldn't go. You see, it didn't work out like that. So Shedeur coming to Cleveland exposed the truth, which is probably why Stefanski can't stand to look at him, because he's guilty. Remember, they pre-draft with Shedeur, passed up on Shedeur and Travis at number 2 to get Dylan. We have our solution. He wasn't my pick. That's why you don't have no permit for that damn stadium either. Just karma. One thing about karma, you're not going to tell karma what to do and how long to do it. You're just not. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Jake Plummer is still in the league, right? He's number 16. I'm like, is that Jake Plummer? Why does that name sound familiar? And it shouldn't. It should not. That's insane. Yes, I think that's who number 16 is. The insanity. Insanity. I don't think Jimmy playing in this game. Dylan bad handoff to the running back causing, because he's panicked. He's panicked. Philly's offense is waking up. Uh-oh. Dylan has inspired Philly's offense. What? Okay, they say, oh, we done laying low. We done laying low. We got to get ready for the season. We trying to run it back. And you know they're going to try to get back to the Super Bowl, despite their team being ripped to shreds. You can tell the players in the league from Dallas, because they got the same haircut as Bucky. And did y'all see, what is his name? The guy that plays Yaya. Yaya got Bucky's haircut, just a little bit more hair at the back. I was like, oh, you moving to Dallas now? I was like, it look cute on him though. Maybe because he got a little bit more hair, whereas Bucky just got it right at the end. It's hilarious. Yaya, if y'all haven't seen him, he got Bucky's haircut. Just a little elevated version of it. Jake Plummer is 50 years old. Maybe that's not Jake Plummer. Let me look up. Who is number 16 from Carolina? Carolina Panthers depth chart. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see who we have on the depth chart for Carolina Panthers. His name is Jack. So not Jake. Jack. This must be his son. That makes sense. Jack Plummer. Maybe this is somebody totally different. Maybe it's a relative. Maybe it's a stranger. But his last name is Plummer, Plummer, but his name is Jack. He is from Louisville. This is his first season. Did he get drafted? He's better than Dalton. I mean, I could be wrong, but he appears to be better than Dalton. Let's see who this is. Punt return from the Texans back to Carolina. Was that Jimmy Horn? Jimmy Horn Jr. caught the punt return. Okay. He didn't go anywhere, though. They didn't. He just caught it like a fair catch. 7-0. So maybe we'll get to see Jimmy now. Since we saw him on the punt return, maybe he'll actually play. They need to do something. They're not even on the board. Cleveland radio is going to be good this week. They have no excuses for Dylan. Jake Plummer stopped playing in '06. Yeah, this is Jack. Jack. I'm going to assume it's a coincidence. He's a first-year QB out of Louisville. Let me see if they related. No, Jack Plummer is not related to Jake Plummer, despite their similar names and the fact that both are quarterbacks. They are not related. Jack Plummer has often been mistaken for Jake's son due to the surname and the fact that both played football, but they are not related. Okay, so he just has the last name, but they're strangers. He's not related. Because I'm like, wait a minute. That shouldn't be that person. Okay. And it's not his son. So we clarified that. We got that cleared up. So it said Panthers 704 Charlotte. Hey James, Panthers not on the board yet. It said they've been hiding and lying for Dylan all camp. The game is where the truth comes out. Right. What did I say? I said preference doesn't matter. What happens when the whistle blow? When that whistle blow, whether it's on the court or on the field, talent and preparation, the combination of the two will always outshine preference. Preference is just that. You don't have to be good. And when you're the preference, you're generally not good. Why? Because if you were talented, you would just be the talent. When you're just the preference, it doesn't work. That's the same thing with the WNBA. That's why a lot of people just tuning it out. It's like, look, it's obvious, right? It's obvious with Caitlin out with the injury. You could see that the best person is the person it's always been, Erica Mitchell, right? And even still, with Caitlin sideline, all they want to talk about is Caitlin. Is she wearing street clothes? And all they want to show is her commercials, but they don't want to give credit to the women winning the game on the floor. That's why I'm like, I'm out. OUT. I'm like, so this just what y'all want to do. Number 83 for Carolina. Hey, James, how you doing? James is a Panthers fan. Touchdown, Eagles. Uh-oh. No relations. Plummer was a QB for Chicago Bears way back. Talking about they hiding and lying for Dylan all camp. Yep. You know what? Shedeur going to Cleveland, you would think they would trade him tomorrow because they ought to realize the truth is coming out. Number 23, the running back, looked like he got the first down for Carolina. Etienne, I think they drafted him. I believe. I could be wrong. Holding on offense, number 65. Still 7-0, second quarter. So everybody that felt like, what has Dylan proven that makes them believe he's the guy over Shedeur? Nothing. Now the question is going to be, why didn't he have to prove himself? He's not even good. So what were y'all trying to really do here? Because you were hell-bent on holding Shedeur back behind somebody that's not even ready for this level. I mean, his reps tell you that. His reps told you that. 54%? Why would you draft somebody with a 54% accuracy coming out of college? How the hell he even get on the Heisman stage? Oh, that's right. He was sent to block Shedeur. So, back to what I said about a week ago. Is it possible that Cleveland drafted Dylan knowing full well they didn't expect much for the sole purposes of blocking Shedeur? Instead of paying him $46 million, we'll just see how far he falls, because that's what Barry said. And Dylan will be the wedge. And once Shedeur is drafted in the 5th round, he'll be held there. And that's what's happening, right? So, like I said, they use both of them. But see, was Dylan a willing participant? Was he told you're not going to have to do much? It could have been, but not necessarily. He might not have any clue he could be used as a wedge, like a shoe. You know how you use a shoe to prop open a door at the bottom? That's what Dylan is. The shoe to prop open the door at the bottom and make sure Shador's on the other side of it and can't get through it. He can see the other side, but he can't get there because the shoe is in the way. You got to move the shoe out the way first. That's what Dylan is. And it seems like to me, Shador being in Cleveland is just exposing the truth of what the real motive and ulterior plan, the plan was for Shador all along. And that he was pigeonholed there, he was set up, and he was always going to fall like this so they could get him for cheap. So, yep, they've been hiding him and lying for Dylan. And Stefanski has actually put his reputation and his job on the line. If he worked for a decent organization, he would be fired. Shador got the win and played a clean game, right, despite being set up by Stefanski. Dylan ain't doing either today. That's crazy. Second touchdown on Dylan turnovers. What? Wow. And it's early, right? What, the second quarter? Yep, 13-9. They might as well go and put Huntley in there. Let's see if they relieve the suffering. Because I'm sure that's how. Stefanski should be trying to shrink himself. Yeah. That's crazy. So Dylan just been handing off the ball because he's still 10 of 14 like he was a minute ago. He has 97 yards, 10 of 14, 1 interception. So is the fumble called on the running back? When they turned over the ball, Philly scored from there. So they still only have the one touchdown. But yeah, his numbers are still showing 10 and 14. So Philly had the ball all that time. Okay. Uh-oh. Almost picked off. Plummer's almost picked off. Jack Plummer, not related to Jake Plummer's, almost picked off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hit the like button for me. There are 60 of us in here. Zach Jackson said on the first day of rookie camp, the difference between Shador and Dylan and just throwing the ball is not even close. Wow. Who is Zach Jackson, by the way? Contextual. Chris said facts. Kevin Stankopolis. What? His face tells it all. Straight guilty. Yeah, he guilty. He guilty. They surprise me every week with all the excuses they have. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good tonight because they still going to try to get with it. That's all right. That's all right. Cleveland is being exposed, right? For more than just holding Shador back. I think they're now being exposed for setting Shador up all the way from the beginning. At least that's what I see. Because there's no way you pre-draft with Shador from January to April 4th, the night of, which is 2.5 weeks before the draft, and you decide to trade Shador away to get Dylan. For what? You didn't need a quarterback at all then. So why did you even draft Dylan? And then let's move past that, right? Well, now you have Shador. So quite naturally, you know, you got a second chance to elevate for $4 million, and you don't even want that. Or at least you act like you don't. You act like you don't. Because I told you, sometimes I don't know who face they really playing in, but I think it's both. They use both of them. So you trying to make Dylan a wedge to hold Shador back with flimsy excuses like Shador can't get it. Dylan ain't even good. And Shador's game proves that he doesn't have trouble picking up any kind of play. And not just play calling and managing the huddle, but he's NFL pro ready. Dylan, I don't even know how he got out of Oregon playing like this. Like, this is crazy. And he had 160 reps. He had more than enough time to get it. And it just proves if he didn't get it with 160 reps, going back to rookie minicamp and training camp and this, that, and he had more reps, and it's not even including rookie minicamp. This is supposedly through, no, I think it's 14 weeks, they said. So it might be from beginning to end. 160 reps, and he looks like he does. He looks like he didn't even practice. He looks like he's not developing at all. He getting worse. Just like when he started going 3-16 or 2-19 or 1-5, it's the same thing. Numbers don't lie. Shedeur has been in the 70s for accuracy consistently. And you talking about you feel more comfortable playing in the regular season with Dylan. You need to be rug tested. That's what you need to be. But I know it's not that. I know what it is. You just can't stand to see Shedeur elevate. It fits the culture of the organization that has them instilled and perpetuates. He don't take care of his words, and Stefanski doesn't take care. Haslam doesn't take care of his words as it pertains to Shedeur, and neither does Stefanski. The culture comes at the top. Haslam need to be forced to sell, and Stefanski need to be fired first. He need to be told find his way back to Cleveland. Pretty good attendance in Houston. Looked like every other 2 seats is, filled up. It's 7-3. I don't know who playing quarterback for the Texans. Somebody number 10. Let's see if I still have that depth chart up. Let's see. That was Carolina. I don't know who that is. Man. I hate Dylan is being used. Yeah, I do too. Cleveland kick returns have been good today. They've had good field position all game. Oh, that's good. Dylan blew the handoff. Oh, they got the ball back. Okay. When you play dirty, you never win. Facts. It might take a while to come out, but the truth will come out. And that's why I say they're going to get rid of Shedeur. They're going to be like, okay, we got to get him out of here before they find out what we really did. Barry running over to Shedeur after that game. Was Stefanski standing there act like he didn't hear them talking? Was Barry trying to make Shedeur believe I'm on your side when he actually set him up? Dylan Gabriel been efficient, but took 2 sacks and a pick 6. I mean, that's not good. So, 10 of 14 is what he was. Let's see what he is now. Because it hadn't changed, I guess, because Philly had the ball. Let's see. I don't think people understand. There are a lot of people that are not wishing for Dylan's demise. We just know he's not good. See, there's the difference. When you call out somebody who hasn't proven anything and you know they're not good, and then they get out there and they bomb, it proves you knew he wasn't good. And I've said it. I said, they know he's not good. That's why they don't want to put him out there. Because then, or now, you have no way to hold Shedeur back. You're going to have a fight on your hands. One of the things I like that Sports Illustrated has done, they interviewed Denzel Washington and let him speak his truth. Then ESPN let him come on and speak his truth. And then I think yesterday they interviewed Spike Lee and let him speak his truth. He said all NFL GMs look stupid for passing on Shedeur. So the fact that Sports Illustrated is letting people tell the truth, ESPN letting people like Drewski come up and talk about it, Haslam can't get the airport permit. They get tossed out the Art Modell clause. He got to adhere to that. Sound like they losing their favor, their protection. Cleveland looked like they scored because 12-13. What's that, a field goal? Oh, no, they have 2 touchdowns. Let's see. They scored 2 touchdowns. Wait a minute. It was 9 plus 3. What, they have 2 field goals? What's their situation? Gage doesn't have any touchdowns. He only has 2. He only has 11 yards. Oh, 2 field goals. Dustin Hopkins and Andre Smite. Oh, okay. So that's where the 6 points came from. And then the running back. Okay. At this point, Cleveland has absolutely no justification for why they were so comfortable going away from Shedeur Sanders as their franchise QB 2.5 weeks before the draft and pivoting to Dylan Gabriel. None. Not when you could have had Shedeur and or Travis. You'd rather give Travis away to Jacksonville than get him for your own team. You could have used a wide receiver because you needed a wide receiver, and he's a 2-way player. But if you look at who they drafted 1 and 2, I guess it kind of says, you know. Texas 10, Panthers 3, halftime. All right, it's halftime, so now we can check on another game. Anybody know what's going on with Green Bay? I guess I'm going to check to see what's going on the stats. That'll tell me. So this is who Cleveland picked. Round 1, pick 5. Very urgent pick 5. Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan. Round 2, pick 33. Carson Schwarzenegger, linebacker from UCLA. Then they went with Quinshawn Junkins in round 2, pick 36. Harold Fannin Jr., pick round 3, pick 67. Dylan Gabriel, round 3, pick 94. Round 4, pick 126. Dylan Sampson, running back from Tennessee. And round 5, pick 144, Shedeur. Now, listen to this. Quinshawn Junkins is expected to be a star. Harold Fannin Jr., they've already said, out of the miles in Cleveland, he's expected to be a star. Dylan Sampson is expected to be a star for them. And so is Shedeur Sanders. All of them got cheated. Why they went and took Mason Graham first and Carson Schwarzenegger second. But you took a big swing and missed with Deshaun, so you went and got a defensive tackle. What they got to do with Shedeur? You needed a franchise QB, but you didn't want a black franchise QB. And that's why they look stupid today. Karma. And I don't know what kind of conversations Dylan have. I don't know if he over there laugh and think he better, or, I don't know. But I know he caught up in it. So, So yeah, they just they went with 2 white players, and the rest were all black at the bottom except for Dylan. And that's good old Andrew Berry's doing. That's crazy. It said he just threw behind on the dig incomplete. It said he not even doing play action passes. 6 years in college, he's maxed out. Yeah, he hit his ceiling. If you were 6 years in college and in your 5th year they had you undrafted, and suddenly some team where the head coach plays golf with your college coach drafts you number 3 when they were going to get a franchise QB at number 2, you're their option instead of that person. You're their option. You should be good, because what did I even draft you for? I mean, honestly, I could have got a wide receiver. I could have got an O-lineman. I mean, it's not like I didn't need an O-lineman. I could have at least got an O-lineman in the 3rd round. That's Andrew Berry's doing. No touchdown on a 2-minute drill for Dylan. And that's who they feel comfortable with. Wow. Three days ago, Cleveland Browns not confident in Shedeur Sanders. NFL insider weighs in. What? Despite this, it appears that the Browns still have more confidence in rookie Dylan Gabriel. Wow. It said Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders is in the process of battling his way up the quarterback depth chart. The former Colorado Bucs star started and played well in the Browns preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers. However, the caption reads, Cleveland Browns not confident in Shedeur Sanders. NFL insider says, despite all of that, it appears that the Browns still have more confidence in rookie Dylan Gabriel. Wow. That's insane.
On the beach.
Oh, there's women playing flag football at halftime. The ladies of Houston. Oh, okay, they're playing flag football in Houston with the ladies at halftime. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's insane. Browns would feel more comfortable playing Dylan Gabriel than Shedeur Sanders, says Albert Breer. I'm going to put this on blast because this deserves to be posted up every single place that eyes can see. Albert Breer is an idiot now because, these people know what they were doing. The same thing they did in the draft. They figured they just keep saying it and keep saying it. They're saying Dylan is making bad passes. Mills is the backup for the Texans. Okay, that's number 10. Thank you. It said, by the way, he didn't face any first teamers. At least Carolina let theirs play. I got all games available. Oh, wow. He's been okay. No touchdowns and a pick plus 2 sacks. Davis Mills just signed a long-term deal with the Texans, although he lost his starting spot to CJ Stroud. So they still have him on the roster and gave him a long-term deal? That's that dysfunction. 11 of 17, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 2 sacks. Dylan is 64% on 11 of 17. And the longer this game goes, is just going to go down. They're probably going to run the ball more to try to keep his efficiency from getting to dropping to the 50s. Efficient win. Which game you watching? He was 6 of 6 before his first completion. He was 6 of 6 before his first completion. He kept several drives going, but he looks pedestrian after his first read. Cleveland has 1 touchdown. They blew an extra point and kicked 2 field goals. Dylan Gabriel play calls been safe earlier on. No taking no chances. Right. And it still ain't working out. He's not a Shador, but basic. He hasn't shown why Shador is 4th or picked. Right. He has not shown why he's a 3rd round pick. He hasn't shown that first. He hasn't shown why he's in front of Shador at all. He definitely hasn't shown why the hell Andrew Berry, Stefanski, and Haslam prefer Dylan over Shador. That's how you know this has nothing to do with football. And they don't care if they lose. And this is what the Browns fans ought to walk away with. So y'all been selling us that Dylan is better than Shador and Shador can't get it. But when the whistle blows, Shador is elite. Best quarterback in this rookie class. Making surgical precision throws. And Dylan can't even win with basic packages. You got to rely on your kickers. You got to rely on the running backs to score. And then the other team is scoring off of picks and fumbles, and then he's being sacked. So what is he doing other than just snapping the ball? Is he a game manager? That's what you want? Is he even that? How would the players feel in knowing that this is what it is? Like, how we know? What does that say for the rest of the players? Right? Is he out there leading the team in the huddle, keeping them engaged so they don't just feel worse and worse and worse? Insane. Just insane. It's just discrimination. And Haslam is at the root of it. Haslam is at the root of it. And Stefanski is all too happy to execute. And Barry pretended like he didn't know nothing about it. No way you wedged in between them two and didn't know what was going on. What does it say here? It says, Browns would feel more comfortable playing Dylan Gabriel than Shador Sanders. And I know they told that to him because how would he know? He's an NFL insider, so they told him that. Hey, James, thank you so much. What you saying, James? It says, QB is the only position that league-wise implemented the Tuck Brady rule, horse collar, face mask, automatic 15-yard penalty. Who was taught that the most? People better stop playing. Tuck Brady rule. When you say who was taught that the most, what are you saying, James? For myself and others, what are you saying? Who was taught that the most? NFL is saying he's impressive. Boy, people will lie to you your face. Just lie to you to your face. Dylan is impressive in this game. With what? He hadn't scored? That's crazy. That's just because that sets you up for what they gonna want to do. And let them do it. Let them do it. Let them do it. Because that's why Shador not in this game right now. You have done all you can do. Let him go out here and prove himself, and he's not. And they gonna lie, and they gonna keep lying because that's what they want. So let them do it. Let them do it. It's just gonna continue to expose the real reason Shador was pushed down in the draft. The real reason he's being treated and they're being despicable towards him. They will keep playing him until he throws a touchdown. Right. They're not gonna let him get out of there. Huntley is playing in the second half. Oh, Huntley's out there now? Oh, is Huntley gonna come in at the third? Let's see. Well, if he doing so good and they so impressed, put him out there against Lamar like they did DTR. DTR is still 3 of 4. They put in Kyle McCord, who was just drafted. He was 2 of 2. He came out of Syracuse. He had 15 yards and 1 touchdown. What round was Kyle McCord drafted in? Let's look. Kyle McCord was drafted after Dylan. He went in the 6th round, like Joe Milton, former Ohio State player who transferred to Syracuse for his final season. Yeah, I thought he was good. I did. I thought Kyle was good. I thought Will Howard should have been up there. 6th round, but at least he got to go to a better team. See, sometimes it works like that too. It didn't work for Shador like that, but to me, I think it might work out for Quinn Ewers and Kyle McCord and Will Howard. Browns on defense now, okay. Yep, we see what we see. We'll see who starts the 3rd. There needs to be a portal in the NFL for situations like Shador, right? Right. And there was actually a class action lawsuit for them to get free agency. They had that to sue for everything. Reggie White was the player that took the NFL and sued them for free agency and won. So before free agency, they were just stuck. After free agency, they still stuck, but free agency gives them an out until they get colluded against, like Lamar Jackson. Huntley is in. Wow. I hope Huntley get out there and ball out. I hope he get out there and ball out. So they didn't want Dylan to look no worse. Third quarter, 13 minutes. Shador was still playing by that point, I do believe. Let's see something. Hold on one second.
Moving on the beat.
Shador had 2 touchdowns. Tyler Huntley had 1 in their games. Shador played most of the first 3 quarters. So they didn't even let Dylan play the same amount of time they let Shador play. That's crazy. So Huntley is in. Crazy. Insanity. We're at 4,600 subs. We are 400 away from 5,000, which means what? I'm almost halfway to 10,000. 10,000. 4,600. So if you are hanging out with us and you're contemplating subscribe to the channel, I'm sure you'll love it here. Great testimonials happening in the chats. We have excellent engagement, a wonderful vibe. And if this is your first day with us, welcome to What She Said Sports Lounge. Texas still got the ball. Texans still have the ball. James, are you still in the chat? Let's see. I was looking to see if you filled us in. Jerry said Shador played the third quarter, right? Okay, thank you. It said Shador had 3 and Tyler had 1. Oh, okay. Why does it say Shador had 2 touchdowns and Tyler had 1? Did somebody else score? Because I did think I thought it was weird. They kept saying he had 2 touchdowns. Why did they say that? Let me see what they attributed that third touchdown to. Browns Panthers.
Moving on the beach.
Say Shador had 2 touchdowns and Tyler Huntley 1, Shador 2. That's 3. They gave Gage a touchdown. How did Gage get a touchdown without Shador? Is that possible? Does anybody know how that works? There must be something I'm missing. How does Gage, a wide receiver, have a touchdown without Shador? Did Shador hand off the ball to the running back and the running back did a lateral or something to Gage? That's crazy because I'm missing something. They're saying Dylan didn't say anything to Shador. I mean, that's okay. I'm sure he in his feelings. Shador played third quarter. Dylan Gable not playing in the third, so he finished with a D. Is that the grade you're giving him? Shador led 3 touchdown drives, the final touchdown being a handoff to the wide receiver. So why they don't give Shador, because he didn't pass it or something? Oh, I think because Gage must have played like Draylon Miller. He was a running back on that play. Okay, I get it. Thank you. One was running. Okay, that's it. Jet sweep to Gage for the touchdown. There we go. Eagles ones didn't play against Dylan Gabriel today. What? So that was not the Eagles ones out there. Oh, wow. But Dylan was playing with Cleveland's ones? Or was he playing with Cleveland's twos? Because the Panthers said, the Eagles said they were playing their ones today. So maybe they changed their mind. Maybe they were asked to change their mind. Let's see how Huntley does. It said they're saying Stefanski called a perfect game for Dylan. Of course, they're going to lie. He had 2 passing touchdowns and a running back touchdown. Talking about Shador. Yes. Let them lie. Let them lie. Let them lie. Because that's all it is. And it's just going to further prove that they're going through extreme lengths to hold Shador back. So discrimination is what people are going to pick up on because nothing else is going to make sense. What else is there? What else is there? You can't say you don't like his daddy because, you know, he's not there. I'm I'ma just call it what it is. Discrimination. Yep. I'ma just call it what it is. Because that's what it is.
Bougie on the beat.
How is Huntley doing? It's 13-3 with the Texans. Brady rule complexes on dropbacks was shown to the first person to be signed to Tom Brady. Oh, okay. You talking about Tom Brady mentoring Shador. Okay, got it. Thank you for that. I needed the clarification. Thank you so much. And for people that needed it, it's on the screen. Oh, by the way, announcers really were making soft narratives about Dylan hamstring and how he really couldn't play, but he really is showing maturity. They put him out there in the regular season. And let's see what the excuse gonna be. I don't really care. Because they obviously trying to hold Shador back with all their might. So that's between them and their fan base. The Browns just got a touchdown with Huntley in there. What? Who scored? So the moment he come out, so now it's his hamstring. Oh, okay. That's what it is. That's why he has such basic packages and help. They could keep lying. Just let them keep lying. And if they fans want to fall for it, that's on them. Tyler Huntley is 2 of 2. KJ Henry, who is on defense, he scored. Was it a pick? Kickers have 7 points. KJ Henry, I don't know. Well, Huntley's 2 for 2, so he only had 1 yard. Dylan's 72%. So all they cared about was his final numbers, they want to use that to say, oh, he was 72% for 143 yards. They're going to exclude the sacks, the interceptions, and everything else, and the fact that he didn't score. And Huntley got in, and he's 2 of 2. And somebody else scored. That's crazy. That's insane. All right, let's see. Is Jimmy Horn Jr. out there? No. No. Panthers have the ball. They only have 3 on the board. Jack Plummer still seems to be the quarterback. And Texans up. They have 13. Up by 10. Cleveland interception. Philly's ball again. Okay. Cleveland definitely scored 19-3. Cleveland. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. Shador final grade for me was a B, in my opinion. Why so harsh? Great excuse for Dillon poor play, right? And what happens when you excuse mediocrity? It continues and gets worse. So let them do what they want to do. I mean, I've seen enough. It's obvious that even if Dillon wasn't there, they go get Deshaun off of injured reserve and forego $46 million to put Shador behind him. So it's obvious that they just trying to hold Shador back. That's why I'm glad Shador did not play in this game. He doesn't even need to play another preseason game, because if they're going to go into the season with Shador being better than Dillon and make excuses just so that Shador can't get in by using Dillon to hold him out, even though Dillon is not better than Shador, then they don't deserve Shador's talents, and let them do what they want to do. Just sit down and watch Shador. You'll be fine, right? They're saying Stefanski bought 40 tickets for the game. What? Why? That's interesting. That's crazy. That's insane. That's between them and their fan base. This is where Cleveland fan base, even the ones cheering for Dillon, and if they still cheering for Dillon and divided because they want Shador to ball out, but they're going to be quiet and allow this foolishness to take place, that's on them. Shador going to be good either way, because if Stefanski's the head coach and Shador gets benched, then it's for his safety, because you see what type of time Stefanski is on. He clearly has K aspirations, or he's a wizard. One of the two. He's already in, which explains his weird allegiance, and he's not a good coach, or he's aspiring, or he in there and he want to elevate. But the point is, the despicable way he treats Shador, Stefanski is a hazard, not just to Shador, but to the team overall. And he was willing to set Shador up for Shador to get sacked and get hurt possibly, but definitely get sacked. And he's willing to give Dillon baby steps, baby packages, just so he could get through a game, so they can have something to say. Oh, his accuracy and throwing the ball was 74% and exclude everything else. All right, then, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. And if your fan base cool with it, then that's what it is. I told you the stadium is empty looking. Oh, that's why he bought a B is harsh. Yes, it is harsh for Shador in that game. Considering Shador, you have to look at the context of Shador playing against the Panthers. He was thrown into the fire at the last minute. He was given the least amount of reps, which means he wasn't prepared. He was underdeveloped. He had already had shoulder soreness. And, they weren't truly developing him. They were doing more to harass him than to develop him. And then look at the mental anguish he's had to fight off. And to go out there and ball out like he was a vet, He deserves all of it A. If you want to give him an A minus, you can. But when you look at that Stefanski called a 4-1, which is where Shador got sacked after 74 blew the coverage, you got to give Shador an A or an A plus. Those surgical throws, A plus. Maximum protection. Yeah, that's crazy. Stefanski said he bought tickets for his family and friends. He lies. Who cares what he thinks? This game shows 2 was the number 1 pick as predicted coming into the draft. That's it. That's it. That's facts. That's exactly what it shows. And remember, they were going to get him. Now, how you justify moving off of him and trading away Travis because you wanted to get Dylan? Yeah. Again, the truth is coming out. That's exactly what it shows. Wish I could see what Shador is doing right now. Yeah. A plus. Yeah, Shador deserves an A plus in that game. When you look at everything, the obstacles in his way, Dylan gets a participation trophy. That's it, Miss Pamela. That's it. That's what it is. That's what it is. At this point, Dylan's trade value ought to be a negative $2. Because what am I doing with you? I can't even use you to back up the backup because you can't get nothing done, right? So what good is it for you to have, I don't know, 11 of 18 or whatever it is, if it translates into the other team scoring points with sacks, fumbles, poor handoffs, whatever, interceptions? Well, what good is that? And again, that's between them and their fans. If they fans want to keep putting up that foolishness, that's them. I think it was fair that, in my opinion, is the D for Dylan Gabriel Harsh. A D. Why you didn't give him an F? What did he get a D for? What did he get a D for? How many points did the other team score off of him? I don't care who won the game. How many points did the other team score off of him? Because it's not like Dylan got a touchdown, is it? Did he get one yet? Oh, that's right. Tyler Huntley's in. Dylan didn't even play the same amount of time as Shador. He didn't even have the obstacles in his way. He had 160 reps. He gets a fat F, and his trade value is negative money. They're going to have to beg somebody to take him. Because for what? So the other team could score some touchdowns, and now the kickers have 7 points. A running back scored. A defensive player scored, but not the quarterback. You couldn't get the ball in the end zone to a wide receiver, or you couldn't run it in yourself. What do I need you for? I can get anybody out there. And I'm definitely not putting you in front of my franchise QB. Unless I just need to do a favor or I want to discriminate against this young man. How many points did Philly score off of Dylan and his mistakes and errors? His passer rating is irrelevant. Did he score with it? No, not at all. So he gets the fat F, and it might be a negative. His trade value, don't nobody want him. If they show interest in him, it's because they just want to make it look like it. Just like they sitting up there lying, talking about Dylan was impressive or his hamstring, constantly making excuses for him just to hold Shador back. If Shador played anywhere near, God forbid, Shador probably couldn't even play that bad in his sleep. I doubt he ever has. Not even in high school. Jimmy is out working his draft stock. Yep. And I missed it talking about this. I wasn't even supposed to be talking about this today. Let's see what Stefanski has to say in the locker room after the game. He did not mention Shador at all. Let me see if he mentions uses Dylan's name in a sentence. That's where I'm at. It said, former coach Brian Billick stated in an interview, in a real quarterback battle, everyone is looked at the same, so you can get a true picture of the QB's facts. And that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening at all. They didn't even want to put him out here. Well, he maybe can go. I don't even think he got a hamstring issue. I think Chad Ochocinco said a hamstring is one of those things in the back. You really can't tell if it's a real issue or not. Shador had to have an MRI to look at his obliques. Did they do an MRI on Pickett or Dylan's hamstrings? Philly scored 14 points on Dylan's turnover. Okay, fat F. Fat F. And if they win, he did not win the game. He was just in there to get the ball and do something with it, but everybody else was more productive. He's an F, and his trade value, he gonna have to be traded for a favor. I hope Shador knows Stefanski gonna come out here and lie. I don't want him to be upset behind it. He came in so happy today, and he should feel vindicated, and just let them keep lying, because the truth gonna keep coming out, and the consequences gonna keep stacking up. You have your opinion, I have mine. Okay, Jerry. That's facts. It says he was not drafted last year. He was evaluated and said to be a backup caliber QB only. Yep. So how did he get to the third round this year? Most people move up maybe a round. If he was undrafted, he should have moved up to the 7th round or the 6th round. Sometimes you need to just take a seat if you're not being fair. So since we're grading somebody's grades, a big fat F period. Yeah, that's true. Nola, hey, how you doing, Salafi? Welcome back. Welcome. The people can see what it is, right? We have eyes, we can see. It said, I gave Sanders an A. Dart and Cam got a B. The speed, Panthers first string defense, and Sanders did a handful of different drop backs plus a sneak run. Like he said, he could have done more, right? Even the announcer was like, oh, no, you being hard on yourself. You know, you being too hard on yourself. But he knew what he had in mind. But Shador, A+. Shador looked like a pro out there. Even Bernie Kosar said it in training camp. Shador's making pro level throws. Shador has skills that you can't even teach. Has anyone looked at these guys at Madden's 26 rating? I heard Shador's is low. I heard they snubbed him too, but it's okay, because when the whistle blows, and it has, Shador's the best rookie in that class, and we knew it, right? It's the people coming out saying, wow, he really can use his legs. I'm like, so you didn't watch no film. You just telling on yourself. You trashed him and not knew who he was. That's the equivalent of saying, oh, he coming out the locker room with his unreleased music, with his entourage, and you not knowing that that's a 7-year NFL veteran. It's the same thing. You just reaching for stereotypes. You just reaching for the negative because you want to hold this young man back. It's not going to happen. That's what Drewski said on ESPN. What's for you is for you. I am ranking them as rookies, not veterans. No opinion is wrong because we are fans who patronize this market and product. Facts. Totally agree. It said the sideline looks like they're making them stay well behaved. Oh, really? That's crazy. One thing about it, those players know who's best. You can't lie to that locker room. You can't even lie to the fans. At this point, you can't lie to the fans. You can't lie to the locker room. You just lying to yourself. You just lying to yourself. The Panthers are just not, they're just not getting it. They still 3 and the Texans are 10. 53 seconds, getting ready to go to half. So, you know, Dylan had never proved anything for the Browns to say we're more comfortable with Dylan than Shador. You just don't want Shador. Let me see you trade him. And if nobody comes for him, they still colluding. Number 16 for the Texans is still in Slovis. quarterback. I think he might have just got in there. Y'all said the other guy's name was Mills or something. $77 of us, hit the like button for me, please. Does anybody know what's going on? Let me check in on Green Bay and Will Shepherd. Let me check. Colts up 13-3. Let me see what the stats looking like. Who's playing? Malik Willis is 6 of 14 at 38 yards. Daniel Jones is 7 of 11 and 100 yards. Look like, let's see who scored. Packers, Malik Willis, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Taylor, somebody else on third string, 4th and 7. They didn't score. So let's see how they got scores. I'm assuming the kickers. Yep. 3 points for the kicker and 3 points for the punter. Okay. So that's how they got their points. Why is it 3 and 3? It's only, I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the Colts. That's just weird. Okay. Let's look at the Colts. Oh, the punter and the kicker. Okay, I don't know why they both have 3, but it's only a 3-point score for them. Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, and Riley Leonard. Oh, they got Riley Leonard. Remember from the Natty Notre Dame? So Daniel Jones is 7 of 11. Anthony Richardson is 6 of 11. And Riley Leonard is 0 of 1. So their scores came from Tyler Goodson, the running back. Spencer Schrader, the kicker, and the punter. Okay, they get the same points. The kicker and the punter get the same points. Okay, I'm assuming. Hell, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. They don't have the same points. Let's see if I can see Will Shepherd's name to see if he can have any receiving. Let's go. Will Shepherd receiving: Michael Pittman Jr., Tyler Warren, Will Mallory. Will Shepherd has not played in the game yet. There are 6 minutes and 42 seconds in the third quarter. Is the Philadelphia game over with? I feel like it's over with. Is it over with? Halftime or something? What's happening? Let's check. Tyler Huntley's 5 of 6, 24 yards. It looks like the running backs are getting more play. All of the running backs have played. So they have, I'm assuming Tyler is passing off the ball. Pierre Strong, Amani Marshall. They're using Gage as a running back. He got 16 yards. Dylan Gabriel is rushing the ball. 2 carries for 1 yard. And Caden Davis, that's the tight end. He was negative yards. Okay. Still 13-3. Fourth quarter. 14 minutes, 51 seconds. 10-13. Let's see. Green Bay Packers just scored. I know the quarterback scored. Hell, Shadua looked like he the only one out here balling. Like seriously balling, like exciting pro game balling. Let's see who else is playing right now around the league. I'm on a break. Commercial break. Let's see. The Patriots and the Vikings, 14-6. Okay, with the Patriots up. Dolphins are tied with the Lions 14-14. I'm going to look and see who quarterbacking over there. Browns look good on paper, 19-13. With the Browns have the ball, third quarter, 1 minute, 7 seconds. And Panthers 3-13. We just talked about that. And the Chiefs lost to the Seahawks. That was yesterday. Okay, so that's how we have the action right now. Let me check and see what's going on with the Dolphins and the Lions on the stats. It looks good on paper. It's tied up. Zach Wilson was the quarterback for the Dolphins. 1 touchdown, 15-23, 151 yards. For the Lions, it was Kyle Allen, 14-17, 124 yards. Okay. So let's look at the player stats. Zach Wilson, 1 touchdown. Quinn Ewers played. He's 2 of 4, 18 yards, 1 touchdown. Okay. So that's who's behind Tua, Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. Okay. None of the running backs scored. 2 receivers scored. Theo Weiss Jr. and Dwayne Eskridge. Okay. The kickers didn't have to do much. 2 points. And the punter, 1 point. Okay. All right. That looked like a game, like a real game. It looked like a real game. Let's see over here. Somebody about to be traded. I know that. And it can't just be Tyler Huntley. In fact, they need to keep Tyler Huntley and trade Dillon. Am I right? Who believes that if we gonna trade somebody, right? We should keep the Browns should keep Tyler Huntley. And they should trade Dillon Gabriel. What do y'all think about that? Let me type it into the chat. Trade. Let's see. Trade Dillon. Drop the name of the QB. Keep Huntley, trade Dillon. Let me know. Keep Huntley, trade Dillon. Let me know. Even a blind man can see what's going on. Right. Let them have Dillon if they want him so bad. That's it. That's totally it. Stefanski said he bought tickets for his family and friends. Yeah, he's a supreme liar. Let's see. Trade Dillon. Yep, I agree. Keep Huntley. Yep. It said Dillon Gabriel is calling to an entertainer. Now, where is that coming from? Trade Dillon and keep Huntley. That's what people are saying. Keep Huntley, trade Dillon. Yep, that's what should happen. That's what should happen. Good idea, right? Who's your pick? Titus Kitchen. Keep Huntley, trade Dillon.
Moving on the beat.
right. Browns will have to cut a QB. Who should the Browns trade? Should they trade Dylan Gabriel, trade Shador Sanders, trade Tyler Huntley? That's a poll that I just put out there. Texans just scored. Texans scored. All right, let's see. I'm going to get the link and share it with y'all. All right, let's see. I'm going to put the link in the chat to the poll that I just read out loud. I just created it on YouTube. Take the poll. It's on YouTube. All right, so take the poll in the chat. That's the link that I just dropped. It said, let Shador go be great somewhere else. Totally agree. No pun intended. What? Dylan Gabriel is entitled beyond words, right? They really filled his head up in Oregon. And since he's been at the Browns, using Dan Lanning's language, interesting. Pickett and Dylan, Queen. Okay, so Anthony, you say Pickett and Dylan gotta go. Okay. I didn't put Pickett on the list. I don't know why. I just put Shador because people gonna probably want to set him free because they see what the Browns are about. That's what we have learned from this. The Browns just want to be trash. They like it. Just let them be it. Just let them be it. And everybody should be saying hashtag trade Shador. Just get Shador the hell away from the Browns. And Coach Prime was right in 2018. Coach Prime was right. Just right. Like, he vindicated from that too. They tried to say that was a recent tweet. It was not. Coach Prime was right. They been trash. Get Shador out of Cleveland. That's what people saying. That's what people saying. They ain't even worried about it. They say trade Sanders. Yep. I can't see it. I think everybody wants Shador out. Participation trophy syndrome. Facts. Dylan will be a practice squad QB. I mean, they got 6. Boy, if they even try to put Shador on the practice squad, I can promise you, it's about to go up in smoke. Somebody gonna go over there and light a match to something. I'm telling you, no. Let's see what they saying on X, because I know they over there talking. Let's see. Somebody named Scott says Shador Sanders' first preseason start versus Dylan Gabriel's. I'm going to share this after I read it. It says Shador Sanders was 61%, 14 to 32, 157 total yard with 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 sacks, led 3 touchdown drives. Dylan Gabriel, 72%, 13 to 18, 144 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, resulting in a pick 6, 2 sacks, 1 fumble, and led 1 touchdown drive. Let's see. These, I mean, and I know they're going to hang their hat on. 144 yards and 72%. They're going to forget all about the rest. But let them do it. See, this is why you have to let people do what they want to do. When people show you who they are, believe them and just let them do it. Just let them do it. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. That's all I can say. They don't want to be saved. Just get Shador the hell out of Cleveland, though. That's really it. That's what needs to happen. He gonna be fine, though. Like I said, there's no downside for Shador. He's already an NFL star. Stefanski tried to call a bunch of short passes for Dylan to be safe, like Daboll did with Jackson Dart. It worked until it didn't. I'm happy that Shador had more variety. He should be QB3, meeting room acumen, be damned. Oh, yeah. So that was somebody saying that Shador should be QB3. Shador should be QB1. Let's see what people saying. It said bingo about the short passes. It said 3. Let's be honest. He's the best quarterback in camp. It's not even close. You have been conditioned and groomed by the Browns if you think he's a number 3. Give me a reason why either of those two above him or above him. There are none. That's facts. That's facts. That's total facts. I need to bookmark that. So these are some of the posts coming from that I'm reading out loud from X. That was it, I guess. Oh, that was a response to what the stats. Okay. All I heard was efficiency is the difference. Yet the only touchdowns Dylan Gabriel contributed to was a rushing touchdown and one for the Eagles. It said 2 turnovers. Sanders has none and 2 passing touchdowns by halftime. And to add on, Gabriel was already the interception leader in training camp. Wow. Yeah, people going in. People are going in. It said, and don't forget, Dylan Gabriel was given some ones to play around with as well. Shador Sanders had mainly 2s and 3s. That's facts. That's truth. It said Gabriel was also playing way more with quality players. Yep. Playing way more quality players. It said, keep in mind, Dylan has had way more practice reps than Shador. Facts. Yeah, people on it. They are really, really on it. The emphasis on runs saved Dylan Gabriel a lot. Run game has hope and Judkins on the way. Right. So that's what they're going to have to lean on, which might be why Judkins' charges just quickly vanished. Not that he did it, but maybe they wanted to hurry up and wrap it up. So the NFL talking about they going to investigate is just to probably try to get his guarantees from him. I'm so very proud of Shador. Against all odds, he performed like a legend. Right. And they had to prop Dylan up, and it still didn't work. Scott is Dylan Gabriel playing with the ones. It said, not gonna lie, Gabriel looked pretty sharp and accurate, but those turnovers were big, and Shador has better vibes. Shador got sacked once. Yeah, that's what I thought. It wasn't twice. Yeah, Shador was only sacked once. They count the play where he scrambled and spun twice as a sack. That ain't no sack, though. Players scramble all the time. You forgot the QBR, my dog. Make sure that was on there. One played the Super Bowl champs and the other played the worst defense in the NFL last year. Keep both and cut a trade one of the vets. I don't know what we keeping Dylan for. I'm sorry. Huntley is better than Dylan. Huntley is better than Dylan. I'm sorry. What the hell are we even keeping Dylan for? Well, because I can't claim that. I can't claim it. I'm like, what are they even keeping Dylan for if Huntley looks better than Dylan? People are saying trade Dylan Gabriel 67%. Trade Shador Sanders 33%. No votes for Huntley. Oh, Huntley, yeah, non-factor, but he should be because, let me see where he is right now. Tyler Huntley is 7 of 9. 34 yards. They just making him hand off the ball, but he could pass the ball because clearly he could get it down there. Yeah. Yeah, they trying to stunt his shine. That's all it is to it. The Eagles probably going to let the Browns win at this point. Browns still have the ball. 2nd and 10. They say Stefanski likes to have a run-heavy offense. So that's why he got Dylan, because he know he can't do nothing else. Dylan will be a practice squad QB. He should be. He should be. Why did Dylan feel the need to throw shade towards Shador? I didn't hear. What are y'all talking about? Is that an interview or something? Get Shador out of Cleveland. Yeah, I think that's what people really want. That's what people, I think, want. Entitled Good Thinking, yeah. Disclaimer, illustration purposes only. Trade Shador. Yep. It said, what she said, it said the Colts 16 with, oh, okay, thank you, the Colts, Green Bay. Okay, they follow behind, okay. There's entertainers and there's competitors. I know Dylan not calling himself a competitor. How is he a competitor? And see, that's why he got what he deserved. Because, yeah, his head is somewhere it don't belong. I'm like, is that what he said? There's entertainers and there's competitors. Bruh, get the hell out of here. Yeah, get Shador the hell out of Cleveland. Yeah, he trash. He's straight trash. Yeah, they did Oregon a favor by drafting him. The insanity. For someone who did not play well, he sure has a lot to say. The nerve. That's crazy. That's insane. He really got a participation trophy and has something to say about being a competitor. How are you a competitor? Yeah, that's definitely entitled. They blaming Dillon interception on a wide receiver and a fumble on a running back. Wow. Bruh, let them have what they want. That's crazy. Oh, okay, they saying Dillon's press conference is on YouTube making that comment. What? Dillon showed just how weak of a player he is. And those making excuses for him show just how weak and fragile their egos are. He's trash. I agree. Oh, he threw shade last week. Oh, okay. And see, and he was scared to get out there. He is not a competitor. He is a participation trophy QB. That's crazy. They're not even trending. The Browns not even trending right now. Let's see. They're not even trending, bro. They're not even trending. That's crazy. All I heard was efficiency is the difference. Yet the only touchdowns Gabriel contributed to were rushing TDs and one for the Eagles. That's insane. Yeah, should do it too good to be in Cleveland. For sure. Cleveland is trash and they've been trash. And they want to be trash. That's obvious. They want to be trash. Let them be trash. That's why they can't get a permit right now. They don't even deserve a stadium. That's why they can't get a permit. They don't even deserve the stadium. They got that stadium for doing favors. And it seems like to me, Stefanski takes his cues from his boss, who is the one out here doing favors for others. And now Stefanski out here doing favors for Dan Lanning, apparently. Yeah, let's see if Dillon get his participation trophy. People gonna go off on them. Watch what I tell you. The only people gonna say that he was good or it was, this was whatever, impressive or whatever, are people who want Shador to stay behind Dillon. And they were the same people that trashed Shador in the draft. So they invested. I watched this is Skip Bayless. I watched every snap Dillon Gabriel took for 2 years at Oklahoma. He's pretty good, a little better Tua, and he can move, but he is no Shador in all caps. It said Cleveland took him 50 slots ahead of Shador, so Gabriel will be given every opportunity and the edge to beat out Shador. He already lost. Browns QB, Dillon Gabriel's preseason debut. 13-18, 143 yards, and 2 turnovers. Not 2 touchdowns, 2 turnovers. The insanity. touchdowns, 2 turnovers. Yeah, he definitely is entitled. It definitely. Let's see. They're not trending. This post don't even have it has 3,000 likes. That's it. Dylan Gabriel out here auditioning for another team, a pick 6. You just have to see it. Let me share this so y'all can see how this looks. When you say it out loud, it sounds crazy. And when you read it, is the game over? I don't even know. Is the game over? Oh, no, the game's still going. Okay, the game's still going with Huntley in. All right. Huntley played a lot. He auditioned it too. He's auditioning as well. Kyle McCord was 3 of 7, 24 yards and 1 touchdown. Dylan Gabriel went 143 yards, 3 of 18, and 1 interception and two interceptions. Why they say he got 1 interception? They blaming somebody else for it? Insanity. That's just crazy. How much time left? 6 minutes, Lord. 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. Score is 22-13. Boy, the kicker's getting a lot of work today. Tyler Huntley's 10 of 13. Hell, they need to keep Tyler Huntley. 10 of 13, 71 yards, and they really got him passing the ball off. Handing the ball off. Tyler Huntley need to get a job.
Moving on the beat.
Tyler Huntley, 10 of 13, got him at 76%. He looked way better than Dylan. They should have never drafted Dylan. They could have just went and get Tyler Huntley off the open market. Am I wrong? They should have never drafted Dylan. They could have just got Shedeur at 2, and they could have got Tyler Huntley off the open market to have 4 quarterbacks. They didn't even need Pickett. They didn't. They wanted Pickett. The crazy part is people perceive that the competition is about Shedeur beating out Dylan. Dylan is a wedge to make sure he don't beat out Flacco and Pickett. Because if Shedeur get close to Pickett, which is why Pickett had a hamstring in my opinion, but he injury prone, so who knows? They don't want Shedeur to look better than Pickett. But Shedeur was looking better than Pickett when Pickett got put out the game or put out the competition because he was injured. Dylan talking like Dan Lanning with that comment. Yeah, he might as well shut up because his trade value is a negative. They're going to have to beg him to take somebody. Hell, they're going to have to keep him. Because why? Nobody else going to take him. I'll take Huntley, though. Nobody going to keep him. Nobody. Like, nobody wants that. Like, what are you going to do with that? Just fill up a roster spot? No, I'm good. For that kind of money? Oh, no. No, he should be undrafted free agent money. Think about it. He making more than Colorado's elite wide receiver core. That's a slap in the face. The insanity. Let's see if I can post this. Texas 20. Let's see. You know, sometimes when people do things, you have to wonder, do you see this on the screen? You would think that says 2 touchdowns at the end. 13-18, 143 yards, and 2 turnovers. They didn't add the sacks and all of that, you know, the fumbles, they didn't put all that in there. 13-18, 143, and 2 turnovers. Y'all have any thoughts? Should you even want to print this like this? Should you just have said 13-18 and 143? The insanity. They should keep Huntley. Those Lion jerseys go hard. Okay, you like the Lions jerseys they playing in? Sharon said, did they even give Huntley reps today? Yeah, he played. He doing pretty good. He's 75% right now, I think. 71 or 75. Let's see. Huntley's 76 right now. 76%. He's been playing, yeah. Green Bay. Green Bay 16. Colts 16. Oh, the game is tied. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Freeman. Dylan just took a shot at Shador. Is that now or y'all talking about something in the past? Hey, Terry, how you doing? Nobody cares about Dylan, like David Ruffin said. Then nobody come to see you. Oh, this facts. They not even trending. The Browns not even trending. And they need to keep Huntley. Somebody say, who is QB1? They put up Shador Sanders. People that didn't watch will think he was trash, but he actually didn't play too bad. 2 turnovers is not good. Shador is better, yeah. Watched every snap. Dude is garbage. And that's putting it lightly. It says, if that was Sanders, y'all would hate on those 2 turnovers. Now, that's facts. If Shador played like that in his sleep, he would get dragged. Pick 6 was inexcusable. He was in a QB competition and he just lost. Yeah. That's crazy. So now we see why they were hiding Dylan the whole time. Now we see why Stefanski was keeping Dylan in the back, because he knew Dylan wasn't good. Why he even draft Dylan? That's the question. Why you even draft Dylan? But even better, you spent over 3/4 of the draft process with Shador, and you pivoted to Dylan. And you can't say it's about money for Deshaun because you gave that money to Mason Graham, or you could have gave it to Travis Hunter. You could have had a wide receiver and a corner, but you went and gave 3rd round money to Dylan for absolutely nothing, because you know that's what he's going to produce. Nothing. There is no competition. And any media person like Albert Breer that said the Browns would prefer to have Dylan over Shador, okay, but you don't have no credibility for even saying that out loud. When this was after the Browns game, we get it. Y'all don't want Shador to be your franchise QB, not even for $4 million, because he's black. We get it. We get it. We get it. Kevin Stefanski's talking point. You know, saying we're going to have to do things so he doesn't have to think too much. He was talking about Shador. But today, Dylan was given basic packages. I don't even know if he played against the ones. just check downs and short passes. Very, very safe, ultra safe, conservative. And he still bombed. Dylan Gabriel should be cut, and the Browns should sign Tyler Huntley, because Tyler Huntley is a better quarterback and more consistent than Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is just a participation trophy QB taking up space on the Browns roster. The competition is between Dylan and Tyler Huntley. Shedeur is elite first class. That was never a competition, not even in college. So there you have it. There you have it. Browns scored again. Let's see who scored. How it went down, 22-13. I think the Eagles gave up. It's still 2 minutes left. This is the longest damn game. It's the longest game. Browns, let's see. Tyler Huntley, 7 of 9, 34 yards. Let's see. Damn, is there another field goal? So they made Tyler just hand off the ball, and apparently, I'm assuming get some field goals because I don't know who else to score. So the Browns are beating the Eagles with Tyler Huntley at the helm. I have no idea who just scored. Let's see if I can player stats. Let's see. No, let's see. Neither quarterback scored a touchdown. It says the running back Amani Marshall and no wide receiver scores at all. No wide receivers had any touchdowns. Defense, KJ Henry, and kick returns, nobody scored. Punt returns, Gage, he didn't get anything. Oh, okay, 10 points came from the kicking team. That's 10 points. What are other points coming from? Because I'm missing something here. I'm missing some points. I'm like, that's only 10. What are other 12? Let me refresh and see if it'll come up. 22-13. No touchdowns. Amani Marshall. This isn't adding up right. It's like the game over and they're not tallying the touchdowns because that's just 2. So wait, 14. So that's it, 14. So the kicking team had 10 and the other 2 had 14. That's too many points. What the hell? There must be some extra points missed somewhere. 6 and 6 is 12. Okay, so that's not extra points. So we have interception, ran back, pick 6, touchdown, running back, touchdown, and the rest is the kicking team. So the kicking team got in 10 today, guys. So that's a lot. Yep. So actually, Snoop Huntley turned out to be better than Dylan Gabriel. That's who really and truly, that's who the competition is between. The Browns should now be trying to figure out, are we going to keep Huntley or are we going to cut Dylan? Because honestly, Shedeur's not in this competition. I said today, if you look at the game, and remember the list that I had put up of the players that were not playing today? Let me put it back up. Let's see. I don't need a QB tracker anymore. At all. They need to put Huntley name on there and take Shedeur and the other 3 off. Let's see. Here it is right here. Okay, so when I looked at this list right here, guys, I said, let me know if you can see it. There's 106 of us. Hit the like button, please. Okay, so when I looked at this list earlier today, I said, if you look at who's not playing, right? Everybody on this list, and Shedeur is on this list. This list makes you believe, oh, we have seen enough from you. We have seen enough from you, and I'm going to put the other 2 out here. And we're going to decide which of these two we're keeping. That's really what it looks like on paper. Because, Shador might be out due to injury, but honestly, you have seen enough from Shador, whether you want to admit it or not. That's what should have happened in today's game. This list, regardless of injury, is I have seen enough from you. And the two playing in the game today, which is supposed to be the last preseason game that the rookies play, because supposedly the Rams game, the last preseason game next week, is supposedly for the veterans. That's what somebody said in X. Now, I don't know how true that is. So the way it shaped out before the game started, not expected to play, I've seen enough from you. That's what it should be, regardless of injuries. Shador's performance should be, I've seen enough from you. And I need to put Dylan out here and see what he can do, and Huntley and see what he can do, and see if anybody want to trade for Dylan, anybody want to trade for Huntley, and which of these two I'm going to cut. And after today's game, Huntley stays and Dylan gets cut. If we're doing it based on productivity and who consistently is better and who I can succeed with, not who can take up space, but who I can succeed with. Huntley didn't turn over the ball. He didn't fumble the ball. He didn't do a pick six. He doesn't have negative yards. He wasn't sacked. Huntley stays. Dylan Gabriel gets cut. That's what comes out of that. That's what it should be. Rooted in substance. Wow. It said, this don't have nothing to do with Coach Prime. This is just, it's just crazy. It said that karma is, yep. It said, y'all, he was throwing shade at Shador and ESPN put out the video. Oh, okay. So he had already said that. Number 2 is still the best rookie QB to date. Facts. They probably told him, you better get out there and make a touchdown. Like I say, sometimes I gotta wonder who they playing. Because that do not play list, I've seen enough from you. Travis Hunter didn't play today. Shador and Travis didn't play today. Rightfully so, right? That's the dynamic duo. And they still dynamic on their respective teams. It said, well, if you take the names of the back of the jerseys, you can see why they picked him over Shador. Oh, okay. You might have to expand a little bit because I'm not looking at the game. Thank you, Tuna. Selmo said dog pound. That's how we get down finger red number 1. Oh, I think that's supposed to be the emoji and I can't see it. God don't play at all. Welcome, Mac. Welcome, Mac. It said little boy stunk the field up and had the nerve to say something like that. That's crazy. It said the truth can't be hidden for long. Dan Lanning is involved. Yeah, he involved. Stefanski was doing a favor by drafting Dylan. I'm telling y'all, it's very, 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 very possible. What I said is the overall picture that Shador was set up after being targeted, after he went number 1 to go to Cleveland, knowing they never had a black quarterback in the first round, knowing he was going to be locked out, knowing he was going to be taken off the board, knowing the plan was to defame him and devalue him so he could be pushed down. Andrew Berry on day 3, asked by a reporter, what did you think when you came to work on day 3 and Shador is still on the board? We'll see how far down. We'll see how far down he goes. We'll see how far he falls or something like that. Now, remember, this is coming from people that pre-draft with him more than 3/4 of the way. And you going to sit there and let him continue to slide. But then suddenly, you had a sense of urgency. That's the same Andrew Berry that said Shador's skill set was outdated. He's a retro style pocket passer. Like we don't want that no more. We want the dual threat. But that's not what Pickett is. That's not what Flacco is. And got him for $4 million, forced to take him and still wasn't happy about getting that franchise QB for a $46 million, a $36 million discount. Still wasn't happy about it. Even though he went out there and balled out for the against the Panthers, still wasn't happy about it. Still want to put out there to the public right here. The Browns said they feel more comfortable playing Dillon in the regular season than Shedeur after Shedeur balled out with the Browns. No, that's what you want to do, because you don't want a black franchise QB. Let's call it what it is. This is just racism. This is just discrimination. That's why they don't want Shedeur. They didn't want Shedeur to elevate in the draft, and they sticking with the same script to hold him back. And it has nothing to do with his father and everything to do with his skin color. Everything. All of it. If you watch the little skit from yesterday that we talked about, and I still might have it, where the guy said, what about Lamar Jackson? He said, Lamar Jackson isn't quarterbacky enough for me. What does quarterbacky enough mean? Meaning he doesn't fit the mold of a quarterback because he's brown skin. And they like Pat Mahomes half the time because he's half black. And they like Jalen Hurts. He's a good one. When that skit started, he said something about him being all black. I was like, what? Yeah, he's not half black. He's all black. That's the negative that they're using to push the door and abuse him the way they are. That's what it is. There's nothing else. There's no other way to explain it. Dillon should go and Huntley should stay. But people want Shedeur rescued out of Cleveland. But hey, if nobody called for him, just understand that's just further confirmation of collusion. They already got 2 active lawsuits for racial discrimination. They must want another one. They just settled one for $1 billion. The next one need to be $2 billion until they get it. Get them in the pockets. Now the NFL Network says the second half was not fun to watch after the first half with Dillon. Dillon played, well, he didn't play much in the second half. Exactly. The NFL Network trashed Shedeur, so don't even listen to nothing they say. That's why they owned by ESPN right now. Exactly. They don't want a black QB. That's all it is. You just don't want a black QB. It's okay, boo. It's okay. Because if you ask AI, you're going to get one anyway. You're going to get a lot of them. If you ask AI, that's the way it's going. And that's why they fighting it so hard. They didn't give Huntley his props. No, they don't want him to shine either. Huntley looked better than Dillon. Did he turn over the ball? Did he get sacked? Did he get a pick six? The kids are going to go crazy for those sneakers when they drop. Oh, the shoes. Did anybody wear the shoes Shedeur gave them? I wonder if anybody wore them today, because he gave some people some shoes for them to have. I would have worn them. But you know what? I don't know who he gave them to. Because according to this list right here, hell, the people he know, except for Gage, probably didn't really, get out there. Free 2. That's it. Yeah, I'm done calling him 12. Free 2. Lowest rated game ever. Bro, they're not even trending. Let me see if they started trending yet. Yeah, X going in. As I figured they would. Let's see what's trending. What's happening? The Lions in sports. Van Jefferson in sports. A Russian person, because I can't say his name, and another Russian person. The Browns are not even trending. And the stats they put up. Shedeur, they put it side by side. I'm going to go ahead and share it with y'all. They should have put the sacks on there too. That's crazy. Yeah, Dillon is the one that ought to get cut. Huntley ought to have a job, but they're not going to do that. But they should. Somebody need to pick Huntley up. He's actually good. He could be a good back. Hell, you know what? I know who need to get him. The Carolina Panthers. That's who need to get him. The Carolina Panthers need to hire Huntley because now Plummer, he was okay. He was okay. But Andy Dalton, they need to switch places. But it's a shame that he's probably not going to get an opportunity. He ought to go to Canada. And that's how you know it's about black quarterbacks. They don't even want Huntley to shine. You went and got him for what then? What did you go get him for? And he didn't even get any reps, y'all. The last day, he didn't even get any reps. Yep, Brown. Oh, guess who's trending now? Not the Browns, Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is trending. I wonder why. Let's see. I'm going to share this with y'all. Let's see. All right, I got to delete this, so let's delete this. Here it is right here. So they put a side-by-side comparison of the stats. That's the side-by-side comparison of the stats. 14 to 23, 13 to 18, 138, 143, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 interception. They didn't put the sacks on there. They should have put the sacks on there. They don't want to tell the whole story. That's a shame. Lowest rated game ever, I bet. And that's how their season gonna go. Because wherever Shador going, that's where everybody else is going. I watched it for a few minutes in the first half, and the stadium was looking empty. It said they're already making excuses for Dylan, his interception. You know what? Fine. Keep him. Keep him. Keep him. I wish Huntley the best. I hope he get an opportunity because he better than Dylan. Shador giving mascot shoes. He giving his shoes to the wide receivers. Oh, okay. Somebody said the mascot? That's hilarious. It said maybe these NFL scouts are not intelligent enough to be scouts. If they're looking at Shador as a 5th round pick, Shador's an elite quarterback, period. You mean the GM? That's on the GM. That's on the GM. Shador's scouting report had him at 1st round QB. That's on the GM and the owners. And the owners took him off the board. Yep. I was in those Cleveland chats and they are giving Dylan hell. Yep. That's insane. That's insane. That's the competition is between Huntley and Dylan. It's not between Shador. Oh Lord. Yeah, I said Dylan is trending. I don't even want to read it. Somebody gonna have to tell me what to say because Browns look effing stupid drafting Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. I said it. I'm like, he shouldn't even be on the team. His trade value is a negative. I know it is. It is a negative. If Dylan Gabriel is my starting QB, I'm going to Tampa like Baker. Facts. And that is why now you see why Flacco was skinning and grinning and so happy that Shador was balling out because he knows he can win. He can get to that money, those incentives in his contract with Shador. He know it. And he knows Shador is good. And guess who else know it? The players. If the fans are saying the things they're saying, you can only imagine what the players are thinking. And remember, they got that clause where they can't speak out negatively. So we're not going to hear about it from them unless they go tell their friends. And their friends say, well, I know somebody that played, and this is what they said. That's how they're going to have to do it. But you can't say who said it. After Dylan Gabriel pick-six performance, the Browns have announced that they moved Shador Sanders to 7th on the depth chart, despite only having 5 QBs. It said, I must admit, I was impressed with Dylan Gabriel's performance against the Philadelphia Eagles. He led 3 scoring drives, but he had those 2 turnovers that led to 13 points for the Eagles. He's probably starting the season 3rd on the depth chart behind Sanders. I don't know how anybody could be impressed with him giving up 13 points. There's entertainers and there's competitors. My job is to compete. If they keep Shador on the roster, the battle between these two guys is going to be fun to watch. Yeah, I don't see the competition. Offense. Dylan Gabriel is better than I expected. Defense. Julian Okanoa is a Cleveland Brown. I don't know what that is. It said, Dylan Gabriel, you are a legend for taking a shot at Shador Sanders. Now, that's facts. Because that's crazy. That's crazy. Dylan Gabriel preseason debut recap. Dylan Gabriel said it was his chest and those 2 turnovers. It was his what? Chest? Dylan Gabriel is butt. It's their honest opinion. Dylan Gabriel looks like he can be a solid starter if you're a solid backup if your starter goes down. But Shador looks like the future QB1. And with the Browns defense already being good, they need a QB who can put up points. That's a fair assessment. But I think Huntley is a better backup.
Pushing on the beat.
Huntley is better than Dylan. They just don't want to give Huntley an opportunity, just like they want to hold Shador back from his. Yeah, Huntley is actually better than Dylan. I need to check to see if Will Shepherd had any receiving yards today. Let me check on Jimmy Horn Jr. I saw him out there. He actually caught one punt return, but he didn't really go anywhere. Panthers press conference. They need a new coach, I think. They need something. They need some help. They definitely need some help. All right, let's see here. We're going to do the little last look and see. So, wait a minute. Dylan gave Philly how many points? The only points they scored? How many points did y'all say that Dylan gave to Philadelphia? Philadelphia only have 13 points. So did Dylan give them 12 of the 13 points? Or 14 or whatever? That's insane. That's crazy. Dylan said that on behalf of Coach Dan Lanning, and he looked like a fool. Shador encouraged Dylan after he was taken out and then had to say negativity towards Shador. I mean, yeah, he jealous. He a little jelly, and he has every right to be. He light years. That's why he didn't want to get out there, because he he wasn't going to outshine Shador. He knew Shador was better than him in college. And he know exactly why they holding Shador back. It's not like he don't know. 90 of us. All right, y'all. We better get out of here. Clan Lanning. I'm gonna go with that. We'll get out of here. We'll be back. Yep. They jealous of Shador. Period. Just because he has gifts and talents, and he is a star already at the highest or most important position on the team. And that's what they don't want. This is about race. That's all this is about. It's not a competition at all, because they weren't even being fair with Shador. And then he won, and they still don't want to be fair. So, hey, let God's will be done. That's all. That's it. Shador has proven who he is. If the league don't want him, if they want to try to bury his talent, then watch what happens. Watch what happens. They already got 2 active lawsuits for racial discrimination. They just must want another one. And they already settled one for $1 billion. That will be 4 in the last 4 years. Every year they having a racial discrimination lawsuit on average. So if that's what they want, give them what they want. See y'all later. See y'all later. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for everybody. This was fun. We'll see y'all next time. See y'all probably. I might see y'all tonight. You never know. Turn your notifications on. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports.
Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Be sure to join our daily live stream and listen up to What She Said Sports on the go on Spotify. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Stay for another video.